Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We begin the evening by respectfully inviting His Excellency Dr. Surin Pitsuwan, Secretary General of ASEAN, on stage to deliver his opening remarks.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Your Excellency, Jero Wajik, Minister of Culture and Tourism of the Republic of Indonesia. Your Excellency, Dato Paduka Haji Jamad bin Haji Ampal, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Culture, Sports, Tourism of Brunei, Darussalam. Your Excellency Pengiran Basmillah, Pengiran Haji Abbas, Brunei Darussalam's permanent representative to ASEAN. All the permanent representatives of ASEAN member states to ASEAN, all the ambassadors of ASEAN member states to the Republic of Indonesia, ambassadors of ASEAN's dialogue partners, ambassadors from many friendly countries to ASEAN, Excellencies, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me first to express my sincere appreciation to all your Excellencies for coming and being with us this evening, the evening of cultural appreciation for all ASEAN. It is indeed a great privilege for the ASEAN Secretariat to co-organize this very important event to showcase ASEAN's diverse cultural heritage. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to celebrate our diversity and the strength of our cultural legacy from our ancestors throughout the region of ASEAN. We are here to celebrate the power of words, movement, and dance, sounds of the music, and the rhythm of the instruments. Together, all these are being woven into a very attractive tapestry of ASEAN cultures. Our lands and our peoples are very different, very diverse, and yet from these diversities, from these differences, we have found one common yearning for peace, for prosperity, and for human progress in our ASEAN community. Our yearning is certainly being endorsed, supported, and encouraged by our dialogue partners, our friends, and those who always wish us well in this endeavor to achieve progress and development for our people here in the region. The arts, and more specifically the performing arts, help people to communicate and express their unique cultures, their wonderful differences and colors, as well as some common threads of similarities among us and among them. The performing arts certainly provide a special vehicle for enhancing intercultural understanding and coexistence by acknowledging the differences, at the same time by appreciating the similarities among all of us. This idea was born in early 2008 during my first ministerial meeting as Secretary General of ASEAN, the meeting of the ASEAN Ministers of Cultures. And His Excellency Wajik was there. His Excellency Datuk Paduka Haji Yamat bin Haji Amal Ampal was there. And they both remember the fateful decision that the ministers kindly took at my advice, that this shall be a permanent feature of ASEAN cultural exchanges here in Indonesia, practically the diplomatic capital of ASEAN. So it is certainly heartening for me to see this series being established. We have almost all of the member states of ASEAN now performing in this series, many on this stage, some in other venues. But let us hope that this series will have enough support from the diplomatic corps of Jakarta and will continue to attract attention and interests from the people of Jakarta, of Indonesia, enough to expand the series to include our dialogue partners, our plus partners. And I know that many of them are already thinking that they want to contribute to participate in this series of the best of ASEAN and ASEAN partners performing arts here in Jakarta. Thank you very much for your continuing support, and I hope you will enjoy this very important evening of culture of the best of Brunei, called the Brunei Legacy. Welcome. Thank you very much.
May I now respectfully invite His Excellency Dr. Paduka Haji Jamat bin Haji Ampal, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sports of Brunei Darussalam, on stage to give his remarks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good evening. His Excellency Dr. Surin Pitsuwan, Secretary General of ASEAN. His Excellency Pak Jero Wacik, Minister of Culture and Tourism of Indonesia. Excellencies, Ambassadors, distinguished delegates. On behalf of Brunei Darussalam, I would like to express our most sincere gratitude to ASEAN Secretariat as well as to the Republic of Indonesia for inviting us and for the warm welcome and hospitality extended to our delegation, and for the excellent arrangement for this evening's show. I'm honored to be here as co-host for the evening's event an event that further demonstrates the cooperation and support among ASEAN members to preserve and promote the diverse cultures of the region. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I recall the inaugural meeting of the ASEAN ministers responsible for culture and the arts, known as AMCA, which was held on the 13th and 14th of October in 2003 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, which was the catalyst for the arts cooperation and arts performance among the ASEAN states. Among the objectives of that meeting was to strengthen ASEAN cooperation in the field of culture and arts in order to further enhance mutual understanding and solidarity among the peoples of ASEAN, as well as furthering regional development. I am particularly proud because I was in Naypyidaw, Myanmar on the 12th of January 2008 when His Excellency Dr. Surin Pitsuwan mooted this idea to have a performing arts series in Jakarta, which was immediately supported by all ministers. ASEAN has a lot to be proud about in terms of its cultural heritage. This evening, Brunei Darussalam will contribute our part in bringing to the audience our rich cultural heritage, legends that have been part of our nation building as lessons to our younger generation. The Honorable Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports of Brunei Darussalam, who regrets he couldn't be here tonight, Pihin Orang Kaya Pekerma Laila Diraja, Datuk Paduka Haji Hazair bin Haji Abdullah, at his speech at the ASEAN meeting in Poznan, Poland last year, stated that heritage represents memories, old and new, reflecting our cultural values, allowing us to know ourselves, who we are, and where we come from. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this evening's performance will demonstrate a part of Brunei's rich cultural heritage, and aims not only to entertain, but also to educate. Our performers are young, and admittedly, Brunei Darussalam is still at the infant stage in terms of the performing arts. It is our ardent hope that opportunities like this will raise the standard of our young artists as practitioners, as well as guardians of our culture and the arts. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
I now respectfully invite His Excellency Jiro Wachik, Minister of Culture and Tourism of Indonesia, to give his remarks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening. Excellency Mr. Surin Pitsuwan, Secretary General of ASEAN. Excellency Ambassadors, I am very happy because many ambassadors come tonight. Thank you for your coming. Ladies and gentlemen, Pak Datuk Jemat, the representing of Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport from Brunei. Last week, I just come back from Brunei, accompany Mr. President on the state visit to Brunei, and I discussed many things with the Minister of Culture of Brunei and also with Minister of Tourism of Brunei. Ladies and gentlemen, 2011, this year, is the chairmanship of Indonesia on the ASEAN. We have many programs to increase the togetherness of ASEAN. And one of the program is to support the Mr. Surin ideas, the best performing arts of ASEAN. This is a very good ideas. That's why on that time, 2008, Mr. Surin informed me that he have the ideas like this, and on that hours, I agree and I support. I prepare Indonesia to support Mr. Surin ideas to show all ASEAN art in Jakarta anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, especially ambassadors, one of my job is to increase people-to-people contact between Indonesia and all peoples in the world. That's why my program is to make the bridge on culture with all countries in the world. If we have already bridge, and my job is to stronger the bridge, to make the bigger bridge between Indonesia and all countries in the world. The performance like this tonight is to make closer and make people-to-people contacts between Brunei and all people in Indonesia. On the ASEAN chairmanship on Indonesia, we also have the program of, we call the ASEAN Youth Camp. I will prepare the bigger ASEAN Youth Camp in this year. We prepare maybe every country